Margavan and Melanine, and well met indeed. I am Arike Galadirthan, the head of Divide and Conquer, and welcome to this sad news video. The Umbar campaign has crashed, and it is a crash I cannot get around. I can't get past it in the end turn tick over, and the campaign has therefore had to end. I sat down to record that about an hour ago today, and I've just come across this problem. I've tried everything I know. Now, it's entirely my fault, so don't be put off DAC version 1. The crash has actually since been fixed in version 1, so it won't affect any future campaigns or your games, but this is why you shouldn't continuously mod a save game. It only causes problems down the line, and we've lost the Umbar campaign. Now, I am very sorry indeed. But in light of the fact that Anduin will soon be ending as well, and that will leave us with a slot free per week, I'm going to include in the poll what I've allowed you to do in the poll that you will get, because we're going to vote to replace Umbar essentially. But what I'm going to allow you to do in the vote is you're allowed to vote for more than one faction. You can't vote more than once per faction, but you can vote more than once. And at the bottom of the poll, you will notice there's also an option to vote for either 4 campaigns per week or only 3 campaigns. So Gondor would have 2 videos a week, and then you'd have 3 videos of 3 individual campaigns. Khazad-dûm, and then the winner and the runner-up from this vote. So that's why you can vote numerous times. If enough people want there to be 4 campaigns, then the winner and the runner-up will be showcased. So vote for your 2 favourites. However, of course, if the people don't want to see 4 campaigns a week, which I would personally myself vote for were I watching, because I don't watch that many, then if that gets the win, then only the winner will replace Umbar. So that will be in the faction poll. The link is obviously in the description below. But I'll end this video now just by talking about who have I put in and why. Well, I have put into the faction vote, as many of you may already have seen, many of you probably aren't even listening this far, but in the vote I have included those options that have been asked for the most. So, you can vote for the Kingdom of Dale. Now, Dale is an interesting campaign. It is good fun, but it's quite simple. So, you have been warned, but obviously Dale start here. You can vote for the Kingdom of Rohan, another highly asked for faction in the last vote where they weren't actually present. Of course, the Rohan campaign is very much just you versus Isengard, and then once you've beaten them, the campaign's very easy. You have no real enemies, you just go and do whatever you like. There's their victory conditions if you want to have a read of those, and Rohan, of course, start there. The next 2 most asked for factions are, of course, the Remnants of Angmar and the Shadow of Mirkwood. Now, the Remnants of Angmar start up in the top here. Their campaign is said to be one of the hardest in the game by everyone that has played it. If you ask anyone who's the hardest faction, good or evil, Angmar are always one of those options. So that was very much asked for. Of course, there are a lot of differences in version 1 from version 0.52, including the introduction of Hunvorn, Agandaur and Morholt, the 3 generals of Angmar. But other than those, their campaign's basically the same, and they start up in the top. The Shadow of Mirkwood was a campaign asked for again, mostly because they're evil. Of course, they start in Dol Guldur. Their campaign is a medium difficulty because Anduin are not very strong, easy to take down, but Lothlorien, Khazad-dûm and the Woodland Realm all are quite strong. So, that's the Mirkwood campaign. That would also be reasonably difficult. I've also included the 2 Woodland Realms, so the Woodland Realm themselves and the Realm of Lothlorien, or the Realm of the Galathrim, because they were also asked for. You'd get to see the Hobbit elves from the Woodland Realm, which many of you have asked to see, and the Thranduil's Realm is just always a hot favourite to play as. And Lothlorien are one of my favourite factions as well, so I've put those in, so that you can choose one of the Wood Elf factions. And the final 2 slots are taken up by one of my favourite factions, like after Dol Amroth, in fact, they are my favourite faction, and that is Breland and the Shire. I love them, and they've got an extra unit, and they've got a nice little campaign. I like playing as them, but it is quite simple. And finally, I've allowed you to vote to replace Umbar. Now, this isn't just a one-for-one replacement, because in version 1, Ankaragmir, the town just here, is now all the way over here, so that wouldn't factor into it as much. Harad have been massively strengthened. They are far stronger than they were in version 0.52, and that will come across in the video. Canned also have a completely new look for a lot of their units. They've been strengthened and they get Imlad Khanan on turn 1, meaning that Canned would be a lot more aggressive and stronger as well. And Dol Amroth haven't had too many changes, but they've had a few, so there'd be tweaks there. Our ships have been set up properly, so there'd be differences to our navy. And Gondor's got a few changes as well, so it would be a very different experience to what we've seen so far. So Umbar is also there if you want a 1-for-1 replacement. So go and vote for the top 2, ideally the top 2 factions you want to see. You can vote for every faction if you want, but of course that means that your vote is basically negligible. You need to at least not vote for someone or you're not having an impact. But ideally vote for your 2 favourites and whether you'd like there to be 4 campaigns per week or 3 campaigns per week. If you don't quite understand, it would be Gondor on a Monday, Anduin on a Tuesday, Khazad-dûm on a Wednesday, the replacement here on a Thursday, Gondor on a Friday, then Lore, and then Skyrim on a Sunday. But then when the Anduin campaign came to a conclusion, would you like it to then just be a day off, or would you like there to be a 4th campaign that replaces Anduin? So those are your choices. So I apologise about the Umbar campaign. Rest assured it won't happen in your games, and I will not fiddle with this build, so there won't be any crashes. Well, there might be the odd crash, it's a mod, but there won't be any crashes that you can't get round that really end the game. So this has gone up today. I'm recorded it at 12:30. It will probably be up in the next hour or so. You're watching it an hour after I've recorded it. And unless there's a runaway winner, I will take whoever is in first place by midnight this coming Saturday GMT. If there's a runaway winner by then we will just, there's no need to have a deadline. If there's no runaway winner by Saturday night, then whoever wins when midnight strikes, they will be the number 1, and whoever's number 2 will be number 2. So get voting. I apologise. Leave any feedback that you wish. You don't need to write in the comments the faction you voted for. I can see the vote, that's fine. If you dislike this video, then please at least give me a reason why, because someone disliked the last faction vote, and I'm so baffled. But feedback is helpful, so if you disliked it, let me know why. Otherwise, until we speak again, friends, Navair Naden Perimad Melonin, and farewell.